problem. We need to talk. What the heck are you doing? Are you really serious?
What do you want from me? I really don't want to have to talk to you. I also don't have much free time today.
What is wrong with you? You shouldn't be talking back to me like this. You should make time to talk to me.
There's nothing wrong with me. I just don't want to be talking to you.
Don't get so ahead of yourself. I'm your manager.
You really need to show me more respect.
Do you not realize that my position is above yours? You're my subordinate. All you should be doing is obeying my orders.
Yeah, I know that you're my manager. You've told me this countless amounts of times. I'm getting tired of hearing the same thing over and over from you.
If you know, then you need to show me more respect. You need to stop talking so arrogantly to me.
Would you just hurry up and get to the point?
I told you to treat me with more respect. Did you not understand that?
Please calm down and just tell me what you need to say. Stop wasting so much of my time. I'm going...
Who cares about your time? My time is so much more precious than your time.
It sounds like you have nothing that's important to say to me. I'm actually busy. I'm gonna get going if you have nothing to say to me.
Wait! Hold on a minute. You can't just leave. I've contacted you because I had something to say. Are you stupid or something?
If you have something to say to me, then hurry up. I told you this earlier, but stop wasting my time.
Why are you being so arrogant? I thought I told you that I'm your manager.
Stop repeating the same phrase over and over. Nobody's gonna respect you if you keep saying that. If you want respect, you need to shut your mouth and gain the respect with your actions.
I can't believe that you're looking down on me like this. If you keep this up, I'm gonna fire you. You wouldn't want that to happen, right?
No. Are you serious about that?
What do you think is so funny?
I'm being very serious. You're really gonna lose your job if you're not careful.
Why? Listen, Tom.
I also saw that you scheduled to have a paid day off next week. You did that without my permission. I'm gonna fire you if you don't show up at work next week.
Are you seriously saying that? That's just abusing your power. If you really do that, I took all the necessary steps to get a day off. I filled in all the required paperwork and got it accepted by her. There shouldn't be any problem with me taking a day off.
The problem is, with the reason you're taking a day off, did seriously think that you could skip work for a reason like that?
Why would the reason matter at all? According to the company policy, I should be able to do that. I'm planning to attend my younger sister's wedding. There should be absolutely nothing wrong with that. I have every right to attend my own sister's wedding.
That is not a valid reason to be skipping work. You really need to be getting your priorities straight. I'm embarrassed that you're even thinking of taking a day off work for a reason like this.
Why would you be embarrassed about this? It doesn't make any sense at all.
You have to remember that you're my subordinate. You better not think that you can just take a day off without my permission. As a punishment, you're going to have to work overtime every single day from now on. I'm also going to give you some of my work as a special gift to you.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say no to that. I don't want to have to do any of your work. You're pretty much the only manager that wouldn't accept the subordinate taking paid leave. I don't need your permission to take a day off from work. I've already been told by the company that it would be okay. What you're trying to do is against the company's policies. I would stop if I were you.
You're just my subordinate. You need to stop telling me what I can do. You should be keeping your mouth shut and listening to my orders. You don't have the authority to be talking back to me like this.
I have the right to choose when to take my paid holidays. Do you not even know how paid holidays even work? You should try reading the rules of this company before trying to impose them on me. Do you even know how to read?
Of course I know how to read.
I'm not a child. You need to stop disrespecting me and insulting me like this.
That's what I should be saying to you.
I'm not going to allow you to take a paid holiday next week. In fact, I'm going to assign the huge project to you. You're going to become the new project leader once the project is completed. I'm going to take all the credit for it. That does sound like a great plan, doesn't it? I'm such a genius.
You really are a terrible person. That's such a selfish idea. Are you not embarrassed saying things like this to your subordinates?
What? I'm not embarrassed at all. I have every right to use my power like this.
What do you even mean by that?
I'll tell you what's been going on. But this is to be kept between us. Okay. I'm gonna be promoted in the near future.
There's no way that's ever gonna happen. I wonder which idiot decided to spread a rumor like that.
It's not a rumor at all. I didn't hear about this from anyone. Actually, I found out about it myself.
Then you're definitely not gonna get promoted. You're always wrong about everything that you say. I have no idea why you think that at all.
I'm always right about everything. You probably don't know this, but I'm very well liked by my boss.
You get along well with the CEO? I find that kind of hard to believe.
It's the truth. This is why I know for sure that I'm being promoted soon.
Actually, yeah, I've heard rumors about this before.
See, I told you? Me and the boss are like best friends right now.
I've heard rumors that you act like the boss's dog. You do everything to try to get his approval. How pathetic.
What did you just say to me?
He doesn't see you as a friend at all. You'd look very desperate. I'm pretty sure the boss already knows how useless you are. All you do is force your work onto your subordinates. I really think that you're getting way too ahead of yourself.
I'm not going to forgive you if you keep this up.
I don't need you to forgive me at all. I have no respect for you whatsoever. I really don't care what you think of me at all.
How dare you say that to me? You should only have respect for me. I feel like you don't really understand the authority I have over you. You wouldn't even have a job if it weren't for me.
It wasn't you that decided to employ me. That's the company. I was just unfortunate to be assigned to work under you. I really hate people like you that are useless but act arrogantly just because of the job title. I'm very tired of talking to you, so I'm gonna get going. You have no right to complain to me or punish me for taking a paid holiday. I've already been accepted by the company. You have no right to stop me. I'm gonna get going now.
I can't stand you disrespecting me like this anymore. I'm gonna get rid of you right now. You're fired.
Wait, what did you just say to me?
I just told you that you're fired. There's no need for you to ever come back to this company. Now you got way too ahead of yourself. You should have treated me with more respect.
You can't just fire me for no reason. The higher-ups aren't gonna accept this decision.
Actually, they're going to accept it. I'm gonna make a lie about you making a huge mistake during one of our important projects. That's gonna be the reason you get fired. I guess you really underestimated my powers.
I can't believe that you would do all of this over a single day of paid leave. Why do you care so much about me taking a single day off? I'm way too tired to be dealing with you. I've really had enough of it.
Actually, I should be saying that to you. I'm tired of you disrespecting me like this. I'm your manager. I really don't understand why you can't just respect me. My other subordinates don't seem to have much trouble doing that. Did you really think that I would allow you to take a day off for your sister's wedding? That's not a good enough reason to take a day off from work. You decided not to listen to my orders, so that's why you're fired.
Well, you need to know one thing. The wedding I'm planning to attend next Monday is the boss's wedding.
What did you just say? The boss's wedding? Stop joking around with me.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I think you're pretty much the only person that didn't get invited. Only one that's being left out. If you really want to be respected by others, you should do things that make people want to respect you. Now, there is absolutely nothing about you that can be respected.
Wait, hold on a minute. What's happening? Please stop insulting me any further. I'm already pretty shocked about what you just told me. How could I be left out at the boss's wedding?
Just how fragile are you? You seem to have no problem dishing out insults to everyone else.
Please just explain what's happening to me. Is it true that the boss is having a wedding next week? Why, I knew nothing about this. There's no way you should know about it if I haven't heard about it.
Do you really not understand what's happening? You really are dumb. My sister is the one getting married to the boss.
What? What? Are you being serious?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the boss isn't going to be happy when he finds out about this. You're not even letting me take a paid leave to attend my sister's wedding. This is against the company's policy. I would love to hear what the boss thinks about this.
How is this even happening? Why is your sister getting married to the boss? Where did they even meet in the first place?
I've been good friends with the boss for a pretty long time. I was the one that introduced him to my sister. They got along pretty well and ended up dating after I introduced them to each other.
You and the boss are good friends? How is that possible?
We both went to the same university. That's where I first met him. We took a bunch of classes together and ended up becoming friends. I didn't think that I would end up working for his company, though. He didn't think that he would become my boss either. I actually talked to him the other day. He said the reason that he became the CEO of this company was because his father had to retire early. He wasn't expecting to become the boss that soon. So, he was working under lots of pressure. He told me that he was having trouble dealing with you as well. I also heard that you kept on sucking up to him. It was obvious that you were looking for a promotion.
I have no idea that you guys are friends. You should told me earlier.
Why should I have to tell you that? You're not even going to be here that much longer anyway.
Wait, whoa. What does that even mean?
It's not that hard to understand. You're no longer going to be part of this company.
Why would I have to leave this company? I haven't done anything wrong.
There's a lot of bad rumors going around about you. Everyone at the company thinks that you're a crazy manager. Have you really not noticed how everyone has been talking about you?
Is what you just said really true? Do people actually think that I'm crazy?
Yeah, everyone thinks that about you. I can totally understand why. Did you really think that people in this company thought positively of you?
Of course. Everyone thinks positively of me. Everyone but you shows me a lot of respect. I'm projected to get a promotion pretty soon after all.
Yeah, you're just making an assumption about that. In reality, nobody talks back to you because they think you're hopeless. Nobody talks to you because they all hate you. It's not because they respect you or anything. You're also not on track to get promoted. You're on track to get fired. I'm starting to feel a little sorry for you.
What are you talking about? I'm not making any assumptions. Everything that I just said is really true. Me and the boss are best friends. There's no way he's kicking me out of his company.
I'm telling you, that's a misunderstanding as well. Boss doesn't see you as a friend at all. If you really were his best friend, he would have invited you to his wedding. Have you received a wedding invite from him?
No, there's probably a good reason for that. He probably sent the wedding invitation to the wrong dress or something. We all make a mistake from time to time.
I'm really surprised how positive you are. You really should just accept the reality. He told me directly that he doesn't think very positively of you. Boss definitely doesn't see you as a friend at all. In fact, he was saying that you were a huge nuisance as you don't obey the company's policies at all. It definitely didn't sound like he wanted you at the company for much longer.
Wait, is that what the boss really said?
Yeah, he did. I think you're either going to get fired or transferred to another department in the countryside.
No way. I buy my life in this city.
You shouldn't be saying that to me. I'm not the one that decides where you get transferred. So, that's enough. I'm gonna be taking my paid holiday. Regardless of what you say to me, there's no point trying to stop me. I don't need your permission to take this day off.
This isn't fair at all. I want to go to the boss's wedding as well.
I don't think you can go if you weren't invited. There's one more thing that I should tell you. You need to clean out the office that you're using right now. You're no longer going to be manager of this department. I'm going to be taking over as the manager. I want that office to be clean for when I move into...
No way. Are you really going to become the manager instead of me? Why do I have to be moved? I don't understand why you're getting a promotion either.
None of this makes any sense.
Well, you have no respect or trust from any one of your subordinates. So, that's easy to understand. You're just not the right kind of person to be the manager. You really need to accept reality. The way that you've been treating your subordinates is really unacceptable. Hurry up and clean the room.
Randall was totally shocked when he heard that Mai was going to get married to the boss. He was very upset by the fact that he was the only one that didn't get invited to the wedding. He finally realized that he was not liked by the rest of the people at the company. The boss decided to transfer Ramdale to a separate department. He then didn't accept this. He decided to find a job at a small shop. He's working long hours every single day and doesn't even get any paid holidays. He's finally getting what he deserves.
Have you given any more thought to inviting your mother to our wedding? I remember you were undecided about it.
Certainly no. I suppose I was feeling sentimental because it was close to the 15-year mark since she left me and I was a bit lonely. I'm in a much clearer state of mind now.
Are you certain?
Absolutely. Why would I invite her after everything she had done to me? All she's done is cause me pain. I was just 15 when she abandoned me, and I had to live in an orphanage. Can you imagine how frightening that is for a teenager?
Yes, I completely understand. I just wanted to confirm your decision. I know how much you dislike having regrets, and I want to ensure you won't regret this. It's ultimately your choice, and I'll support you 100 regardless.
Sure. Then my decision is not to invite her. I don't even want to see her.
Then why did you hire her into your company?
I don't know. Let's chalk it up to a lapse in judgment. Besides, technically, it wasn't me hiring her. It was up to a hiring manager. I didn't realize her until a year later when I spotted her at one of our company's conferences. Technically, she doesn't even work in the same building as me, but I still dislike running into her.
Then why not just terminate her employment?
We don't have an acceptable reason for that. Can you imagine the legal mess that would create? She's the type of person always chasing the next paycheck without putting in the hard work. My entire childhood was filled with one get-rich-quick scheme after another.
I'm surprised she hasn't figured out that it's your company and you are her boss.
I go by a different name. Remember? I was serious about making sure she never found me again. I don't want any connection with her whatsoever. I didn't even know she had moved back to the city until I saw her at the conference.
It's surprising she didn't recognize you either. I thought mothers always had that innate ability to recognize their children or something.
Before a mother can even recognize her child, she must care for them.
I suppose you're right. Was she really that neglectful? Didn't she care enough to memorize your face?
Yeah, something like that. She was too absorbed in her latest romantic interest or get-rich-quick scheme. Never had the time to care about me. Honestly, I probably ended up better off without her in my life from the age of 15 onward.
Well, at least it adds an inspirational touch to your autobiography.
I can't believe you're making jokes when I'm going through a serious situation.
Are you really in a crisis? That doesn't sound like my girlfriend.
I suppose you're right. I'm not that overwhelmed. But when it comes to my mother, I'm too dramatic. I can't even begin to describe the things she did.
Why did she even leave in the first place?
I told her I needed stability in my life and that the environment she gave me wasn't conducive to my growth. I called her out on everything she was doing, like scamming people out of thousands of dollars, although it didn't make any difference. I have no idea where the money went. Anyway, she didn't appreciate being responsible, so the next day she vanished. She packed all her things and left a letter saying she didn't want me burdening her. She even mentioned that I wasn't worth much money anyway.
That's harsh. It's unimaginable that a mother could say such hurtful things to her child. I'm truly sorry you went through that.
Saying sorry now can't change anything. I've been to therapy and worked through most of the emotions related to her. But that doesn't mean I want her back in my life. Not in my company, and certainly not at my wedding. I've been enjoying a happy life without her.
Indeed you have. I mean, who our age manages a company as expansive as yours?
A lot of people, but I get what you mean.
I don't know. Even your talented friends don't have multiple locations for their companies in 5 different states.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
And your mother doesn't really need to reach out to you, right? She's just responsible for outreach, isn't she?
Yes, but occasionally she has to call my office to get a quote for her blog posts.
Wait, so she actually talks to you on the phone and she doesn't recognize your voice?
No, I haven't spoken to her. I just wrote down the information and my secretary responds on my behalf. I admit she wouldn't recognize me even by my voice. She saw me speak at that conference and didn't recognize me. Not that she was paying attention.
Isn't that reason enough to fire her?
No, I don't want to provide her with grounds to sue the company. She might claim ageism or something.
So you're caught between a rock and a hard place, right?
Exactly. And there's no clear way out of it, so she won't be coming to the wedding. I'll just have to tolerate her working in my company, even though she operates from a distance.
But she still has your number.
No, she only has my secretary's number.
Your secretary's number is essentially your number.
I know, but it gives me a sense of security. I feel that she has no direct way to contact me, and I changed my last name at the earliest opportunity to protect myself.
Absolutely. A last name that I'll gladly adopt when the time comes.
You're quite the romantic. Thanks for being understanding.
Hey, I completely get it. You've built your entire empire with your name. It would be strange to change it now, right? Plus, I'm not particularly attached to my family name or anything.
I genuinely love you so much.
What do you want for dinner? I just got home and can start preparing.
Let's do beefsteak.
Okay. I'll make it. Come home soon, babe.
Juliana and Rosa texting.
Hey there. It's been too long since we talked to each other, hasn't it? I finally tracked down your number after so long.
Wait, who's this?
It's Juliana, right? My dear daughter?
What the hell is that?
I'll take that as a yes. It's your mom. I managed to find your number, and luckily I got it.
How on earth did you get my number? Who gave it to you? This is a violation of my privacy.
Oh, such big words. Well, someone sent mail to my address. Remember our old home from your childhood? Actually, I moved back there when I returned to the city. Are you in the city too? I assume so, given that someone mistakenly sent your mail to our old place. There's some kind of check in the mail for you.
And it's addressed to Juliana?
Yep, Juliana White.
Why would they use that name?
What does that mean?
Oh, nothing. I just use a slightly different name these days.
You go by your given name, right? I always thought it was a terrible name. I remember seeing someone with a similar name some time ago. I can't remember who it was, but I distinctly remember finding it odd. Anyway, a newspaper or magazine sent a check to your address, accompanied by a sticky note explaining that they forgot to obtain your mailing address. The secretary guided them to an old article about your childhood, so they assumed it was your childhood home.
Why would she do that? I can't believe this is happening.
So, is it true that you have a secretary? How posh? When I saw the amount on the check, I was nearly floored. Who would have thought that my daughter would turn out to be so valuable?
What? Did you open my mail without permission?
Well, of course. Darling, I'm your mother. It's my motherly duty, and I always took that duty seriously.
Not at all. Furthermore, it's illegal to read my letters without my permission.
Oh, it seems like someone is getting a bit ahead of themselves. I'm your mother, dear. This really isn't the way to speak to me. I understand that we had a disagreement a while ago, but I'm ready to move past that. I hope you can do the same. Isn't it about time we got back in touch?
Never.
Why are you behaving like this? I expected you to grow out of these childish ways, especially given your financial success. Are you employed by the magazine or a newspaper? You've always been a little nosy, Juliana, so I can imagine you working as a journalist.
No, I'm not a journalist. Whatever I do for a living is none of your business, and you had no right to open my mail.
What's your issue? I'm doing something positive.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. I'm also skeptical that you genuinely want to reconnect out of kindness.
And what exactly does that imply?
It means you've always prioritized money. You always have and always will.
I've never placed money above my own daughter. Insinuating otherwise is insulting. You're breaking my heart, sweetheart. Why would you speak to your poor mother like this? All I want is to reconnect and live with you.
That's precisely what I've been doing for the past 15 years, living on my own. I don't need you entering my life and disrupting it. You've always prioritized money, even with my dolls. You believed they might be valuable collectibles, so you gathered them all and tried to sell them.
But I never actually sold them, did I? I always returned them.
Only because you couldn't fetch thousands of dollars for them, as you had anticipated, because they were actually children's toys.
Well, you should have realized their true value and not played so roughly with them or taken them out of the packaging.
You bought them for me at a second-hand store. How was I supposed to know they were collectibles? I was only 6 years old at that time.
See, you can't even tell a story accurately. How am I supposed to be this heartless monster of a mother if I bought you toys?
It's like the basic minimum. That doesn't make you a good mother, just a mother. Not that you were even that great.
Okay, that's enough. I'm willing to overlook all this arguing to reconnect with you, my daughter. It's been too long. Let's put the past aside.
You don't get to dictate what I should do.
You sound like such a brat. Therefore, it's hard to think you're successful.
See? You're reverting to your old ways already.
Nonsense. I didn't mean it in a negative way. I meant it to be humorous.
I'm even you. Now, if you know what's good for you, lose my number.
Why should I do that?
I don't care. Lose my number. Jared texting Juliana. Hey, Jared, I need to get a new phone. Can you grab one for me when you're on your way home today?
Wait, why do you need a new one?
Something terrible happened to me today.
Oh no. Are you okay? Where are you right now?
Physically, I'm fine, but emotionally, I'm devastated.
What happened? Why do I have to get you a new phone?
Because my mother got hold of my number.
What? Is that true?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
She didn't realize it was you. Does she know she works in your company now?
I don't think so. But due to some mix-ups, my mother now has my mail.
What do you mean by that?
Remember that major editorial project I'm working on for that famous magazine?
Yes, I do.
Exactly. They sent my entire payment to my childhood home.
What? Why would they act in that way?
It seems they asked my secretary, and there was likely a mistake on her part. She inadvertently directed them to an article about my childhood, which includes my childhood address.
And they assumed you still lived there.
That seems to be the case.
It's unbelievable that your mother got hold of your number.
Not just my phone number, but she also has the check. I bet she tried to cash it herself, but then she realized that she couldn't. That's probably why she reached out to me. She claimed she wanted to reconnect since it's been a while, but I turned it down. The moment she saw how much I earned from the magazine interview, she likely saw me as her next source of income.
That's incredibly messed up. Okay, I'll definitely get you a new phone. By the way, she doesn't know you're her boss.
No, apparently not. They also used my old name on the check, probably because of that article.
Wow, that's insane. I've never heard of such a major mix-up. Wait, she also has your check. Shouldn't you text her to get it back?
And what? She'll turn it into a lunch date or something. She'll act all nice and everything and will basically force me to be nice back to her.
Then just ask her to mail the check.
And give her my new address. Or let her know I'm her boss. No way. I don't know what to do. This is such a big mess.
Do you want me to go with you? You will be more confident when you have me beside you?
No, she's manipulative. She'll be talking to me. Oh, we should invite her to the wedding and she'll somehow persuade you that she's a really great person.
I don't think she can convince me, based on what you've told me.
Don't underestimate her. I've seen her sweet, talk her way into hundreds of dollars from clients.
Then I have no idea what to do.
I can simply leave without the cash. Not that we require it.
Yeah, but it's about the principle of the thing. Don't let your mother scare you into not taking what's rightfully yours.
I know. I should just confront her. Typically, I would. However, she contacted me unexpectedly. I really believed that we would never speak to each other again. Apart from the fact that we unintentionally employed her to work for my company, you know.
Maybe it's time to make a final stand, so to speak.
And how do I do that?
Firstly, you text her. Don't let her dictate how you should feel or think about being in contact with her again. Then politely provide her with the address to your company mailbox and leave it at that.
I'm not sure if we can just leave it at that.
Well, maybe it's time to let her go from the company. But technically, you're still paying her that way. As you mentioned at the conference, she was just using her phone. Maybe you should reach out to her supervisor and assess her performance. If she was willing to be using her phone in front of the CO, she might not be the right fit for the job.
You're really smart. Thank you so much for your great idea.
Yep. Don't let her walk over you like this.
You're right. Love you.
Love you too.
Juliana and Rosa texting. Hey, I realize we got off to a rocky start. I'm not here to apologize, but I need to express my opinion. After that, we can go our separate ways.
Seriously? Are you still holding on to the past so tightly that you won't give your mother a chance? I just want to reestablish a connection with my daughter.
Fine. If that's the case, explain why.
What the hell are you saying?
Why the sudden desire to reconnect, and why did it take you this long to reach out?
I already mentioned it. I recently came across your number from a check.
Yeah, but you could have found it a long time ago, back when I was still known as Juliana White.
You're not using Juliana White anymore. What's wrong with our family name? The one I gave you.
You abandoned me?
How could you say that?
What else am I supposed to call it? You disowned me. You explicitly stated in that hurtful letter that I wasn't your daughter-in-law.
To be honest, I didn't intend it.
Then why did you write it?
Because I had a daughter who didn't bring in any money. Now I can see that I was completely mistaken, and you're worth much more than I can imagine.
You just admitted that the sole reason you want to reconnect is that I'm earning a lot of money now. I only have value to you because of my success. Mothers should value their children unconditionally from the beginning, not based on their achievements or financial status. That's the root of our initial conflict, because I wouldn't go along with your schemes.
Well, it was a good idea. Panhandlers make more money when there's a kid with them. I could have easily made $300 per day if you had just tagged along. You're the one who doesn't care about the family.
I can't believe that's what you care about. That's why you're upset because I didn't want to participate in your schemes.
Do you know what? I did what I had to do to put food on our table.
There was hardly any food on our table. You brought in thousands some weeks, but it always disappeared mysteriously. Everyone knows you have to try your luck at the slot machines.
It would be reckless not to take the chance to win big. I could have set us up for life.
So that's where the money went. That explains a lot.
Can't you just be quiet? I'm trying to reconnect with you, but your big mouth makes it difficult for me to love you.
See? That's the problem.
Please, I didn't mean it. I'm tired of fighting. I found your number, and I'm genuinely trying to reconnect after all these years.
You could have done this much sooner. Just admit it.
Let's stop this argument. It took me several years to find your phone number. I'm glad I found you. I love you. I'm your mother. You should be happy. And now we should reconcile. It was all a huge misunderstanding.
No misunderstanding. You disowned me 15 years ago, and you had my number all along.
Huh. You're still arguing? Let's move through the past. We could be happy. We can be a family again.
I already have a family, an incredible husband who loves and supports me. I also run a company that generates hundreds of millions annually, and you're likely familiar with it because you work for me.
What? I work for you.
Yeah, I own the company you work for. You have my secretary's number? Remember those quotes you needed from the CO? That was me.
No way. You must be joking.
I wish I were.
Well, this could be an opportunity to turn it into a family business.
Not a chance. I contacted your supervisor, and it turns out you've been dragging down the revenue this quarter.
No, she's lying.
And not only that, but money has been disappearing under your watch.
What? That's absurd. Besides, you can't prove anything.
Actually, we can. We have security cameras, remember?
You can't say anything, dear. Please, you're my daughter.
I don't owe you anything, especially after you stole money from our company.
Please, or else I'll sue.
Will you sue me for your embezzlement from my company?
I'll claim that you're an ageist or something. I can figure it out.
You're unbelievable. Are you willing to betray me to save yourself after expressing a desperate desire to reconnect?
Well, I'm clearly not getting through to you. If you mention the missing money, I'll sue you for everything you're worth.
You're not in control anymore. Here's how it's going to play out, Rosa. You were terminated. You stole thousands of dollars from my company.
What? You can't.
I'm not done. You'll leave quietly or this will reach the police. You won't find an honest job in the city because everyone will know you stole from my company. Next, mail my check to my office. Don't set foot on my company's property again and never contact me. I have the chief of police on speed dial.
You can't do this. How could you do this to your own mother?
You're not my mother, not anymore, and not since I was 15. You were just a stranger who attempted to raise me. Our conversation is over. Goodbye, Rosa. In the end, Rosa did get arrested. She left the company quietly and was escorted off the premises by my security and chose not to pursue legal action against us. However, she did attempt to cash the check herself before I realized it hadn't been sent. The banks detected it and reached out to me since the check was originally in my name. I informed them that I didn't know her, so they did contact the authorities. Given her history of similar attempts, they decided to take her to court for fraud. As for her subsequent fate, I'm not well informed, and frankly, I don't care. I will continue manage my own company and enjoy my life with my future husband, Jared.
Hey, what are you doing? The house is totally a mess, don't you know? The kitchen and bathroom sinks are full of mildew. You haven't washed the dishes yet? People using it. When are you going to come back home and start getting the chores around the house done?
Mom, I'm just trying to get some rest. Don't you remember I'm pregnant? I'm at my parents' now. It's like an hour away from back home. I can't go back right now.
Are you talking me back now? I'll teach you a lesson. Is being pregnant a disease? Are you disabled or sick? So if you get sick, what you're telling me is that you can't do anything on your own and have to be babied. You should be moving around more because of the fact that you're about to give birth. That's how people give birth easily, by exercising and moving around. Don't just lay on bed all day long. You've never had a kid yet, so listen to the person who's already had 3 kids, because I know more than you. And what do you mean you're at your parents'? Don't play with me, Diana. When did you have a place to go? Called your parents. So now your sister is your parent? When did things become that way?
Well, Alyssa, it's just a figure of speech. She's my only blood, and she pretty much is what I call back home now.
It's the same thing with your sister, too. Shouldn't she tell you that you should go and rest up with your in-laws instead of going and bugging her? But she's the one that wanted to take care of you until you give birth. How silly it is. As if she's trying to show off that you guys really don't have parents. You should know that it's rude and inconvenient to take away someone else's daughter-in-law like that. Because now what are we supposed to do? The house is all messed up and she's just gonna watch the chaos happen?
That's enough, Alyssa. Now you're gonna drag my sister into your slander and disrespect her as if it wasn't enough doing it to me? There's no reason why my sister should be hearing these disgusting comments from you.
You are you defending right now. You've got married and she's not your family anymore. You're ours now. She has nothing to do with you anymore. And if she knows that she should have already stepped away from this whole thing, but she went as far as to take you away from the house. How's this normal? What does she know about resting up anyway? She's too young and inexperienced for that.
Alyssa, my sister already has 2 kids and she's a mom too, just like you. And if anything, she's done a better job at taking care of her health than whatever you've been doing when it comes to this matter.
Stop talking nonsense, Diana. Get back home right now. You need to clean the house and make some food for us to eat. We don't know when the kid is going to come out. It could be any time now. So make sure you focus on the curtains, bed sheets, windows, and toilets. Clean them all. And don't forget about the stew that I want you to make. You can make a pot of it and stick it in the refrigerator for us to eat later. Your father-in-law doesn't like not having some sort of vegetable to eat for every meal. So be sure to make different sides with vegetables. Oh, while you're at it, go ahead and use that frozen seafood up in the freezer so we can get rid of it. You should be doing all of this on your own, Diana. I shouldn't have to tell you to do everything. Do I really need to take my time with all of this? What is it that you can do on your own? You're really good for nothing. There's a ton of stuff to get done at home. But you want to lay around at your sister's house and do nothing and be lazy all day? Anyway, get back to the house. I'm ordering you, Diana.
Mom, let me tell you that. I'm just not going to be able to do all of that even if I were to go back home now. I wouldn't be able to do it all today. I've been feeling some pain in my abdomen because the baby's been weighing me down low. And I have no idea when my water might break. If you care about the child inside of my stomach at least a little bit, please don't tell me to do chores right now.
How convenient using your pregnancy as an excuse to get out of literally anything, Diana. If you feel pain, then you feel pain. It's normal for water to break to give birth and feel pain. Do you think that you are going to keep the baby in your stomach forever? What are you going to call yourself a mom when you're too scared of your water breaking and want to use it as an excuse to get out of things?
That's not what I meant to say. Why are you twisting everything I say?
I don't want to hear anything from you, Diana. If I don't see you come back home and take care of the house, you'll know what's coming for you. I don't need a lazy daughter-in-law like you. You can't even do the basics. I'm gonna make you get a divorce.
Oh, really? I guess I'm getting a divorce. So be it. I was getting sick and tired of you anyway.
What did you just say? Do you really think that you'll be able to take care of a newborn by yourself after getting divorced? You must be out of your mind. It is being able to spend someone else's hard-earned money to eat nice meals and sleep under a sturdy roof, isn't it? You're going to finally realize how stupid you were when you end up having to live under the bridge on boxes and eating rotten food.
I was just going to listen to what you had to say, but it's starting to actually get on my nerves.
What? What?
Is this the 12th century? Who lives like this anymore? I can't believe that an evil mother-in-law like you still exists in this time and age. It just doesn't make sense.
What? What? Are you saying that yourself, or have you finally gone mad? How dare you talk like that to your mother-in-law? Get your slick behind over here and get down on your knees and apologize to me. I'm not gonna forgive you, even if you come back later bawling your eyes out and begging for forgiveness. Hurry up, Diana.
What are you even talking about? What makes you think that I even want to beg for forgiveness? Look, old lady, you treat my sister like a slave and look down on me all the time. I don't know if your son marry a wife if you want to hire an unpaid housemaid. I believe that's the latter. Because of the fact that our parents passed away early in our lives, you always call me an orphan. Is that a way to entertain yourself? You're always saying all these horrible things to me. I've been getting treated like dirt, and now I won't let this happen anymore.
What? What? Are you insane, Diana? I'm teaching you, as my daughter-in-law, how to become an actual good daughter-in-law. I just do the best for you. You are now in our family, so you're under my control.
No, Alyssa. You're gonna make me get a divorce. Cool. That is the best for me now. When is a good time for filing for divorce? I'll be needing some rest after I give birth, so maybe we should get it started now before it happens too late. I'm fine with it happening literally tomorrow, so maybe send your son over so we can take care of this matter.
What did you just say? How dare you say that to me? The time getting divorced is in my decision. You can't get involved. This is my business. It has nothing to do with you, and you have no right at all. If you're really that bored, how about you go ahead and come over here, make some food, clean the house up. Or you can ask for your sister help. Let come over every 2 days and be our cleaning lady while you're resting. Once you can get these things done, I'll stop bothering you. How's that sound, Diana?
Do you know that what you're doing is inhumane and bothersome? Were you raised on a farm? What is this that you're doing right now? Being all rude, dehumanizing me, treating me like a slave. Did you grow up being taught that it was okay to do that to other people? Or did nobody tell you what's right and wrong? If so, there's no surprise when you're acting like this.
What did you say to me? How dare you? I'm your mother-in-law. Your parents didn't teach you how to talk with the older? Oh, that's right. An orphan never knows that. So let me teach you. I tried to show you some respect because, after all, you're still my in-law. But you want to treat me like garbage? So, are you saying that you're fine with your divorced?
I told you that I'm completely on the same page with you. My husband can't protect me from a cruel woman, so why do I need him anymore? So let's get on. Do you not understand English or something? Why are you making me repeat myself?
You're going to regret talking to me like that.
Don't talk to me anymore. It's not funny, and honestly, it's pathetic that you aged backward like this. Stop it now.
2 weeks later.
Did my son go over to your place? Tell him to get back here now. How dare you to take my son away from me? Before I head over there myself and destroy everything in sight, hurry up and convince him to come back here. You understand?
Alyssa, I just gave birth 4 days ago. I'm taking a break.
I have nothing more to say or talk about with you. Tell my son to get back home now.
Is it really that hard for you to show some respect around here? You are always being so rude, Alyssa. Stop showing off how uneducated you are and please start talking with a bit more esteem.
What? What? What are you saying? I guess you need a lesson.
By the way, I don't think your son is gonna go back home. At least not anymore.
What? What?
Because I didn't speak a word about you bullying me. He had no idea what was going on behind the doors. I saw that you acted extremely differently when Isaac was around. So you're gonna do the two-faced thing? When he's not around, you act like the world's greatest mom and law to be alive. How did you become such a barbaric person like that, Alyssa? This is all coming back to you for everything that you've done. It says it all when your own son that you gave birth to wants to cut ties with you.
What? What? My son is cutting ties with me? How?
Yes, at least that's what he told me. You better get ready.
There's no way he'd actually do or say something like that. It must have been you that brainwashed him. Whatever. Tell him to answer my phone call. You should be able to believe me if I explain everything to him.
I've recorded all of our conversation. And he told me that he can't see you as his mother anymore. He decided this on his own. He wants to protect his wife and his newborn child.
What? What? How do I know that the kid is actually my son's child? I realize that you wear makeup when going outsides without my son. Sometimes I see you come back home a little later than usual. You must be seeing another guy.
You are kidding, right? Just because I come home late doesn't mean I cheat on my husband. And I want to take care of myself. I want my parents to be gentle when going outsides. That's why I wear makeup. Unlike me, you are just an old and grumpy woman. No one wants to make friends with you.
You.
I'm just telling the truth. I've been putting up with you since day one. So I don't have to tolerate anymore. I know that you have no friends. And no one cares about you when you going out. So you choose me as a place where you leave off STEM. Poor me. Why didn't I realize that sooner? So stop it here. I don't want to see you get any lower than you are at now.
You must have made up all the things about me. Give the phone to my son. Right now?
I have to tell you that's such a useless thing in the world. Your son is not robot. You can't expect he'll do whatever you tell. He knows what's right and wrong. You manipulate him so well, Alyssa. But he's not your son anymore. He's my husband.
Okay, you succeed in brainwashing my son. You two mustn't come back my house again. Let's see how are you two doing in the future.
Are you out of your mind, Alyssa? What's your house? You moved into living with me right after the wedding. I bought that house for me and my husband.
Whatever. I'm not going anywhere.
Right. You can stay. I know I can't force you to go just by words. So I come up with an idea. But I've just sold that house for a new owner. They are coming to renovate the house. Don't you think they let you stay, Alyssa?
What the heck are you saying? You sold that house?
Yeah. I have the right because I'm the owner.
But what about the furniture and stuffs?
I don't care. You can bring or sell it for some else to earn some money. I and my husband will live with my sister now. We never come back to that house.
Hold on a second, Diana. I know I'm so wrong now. I regret what I've done. This old woman is begging you for your forgiveness. I don't want to come back the countryside. I'm afraid of living a poor life again.
Oh, yeah, when you live in my house, you're like a queen. But how I can do now? I sold my house already.
Over the years, I've come to realize that I've treated you unfairly, as if you were nothing more than a servant in this household. I want to sincerely apologize for my behavior. I've come to understand the depth of the pain I've caused you. You've been a lovely daughter-in-law. I failed to recognize your worth beyond household chores and responsibilities. I see now that I have taken you for granted. You must be feeling unappreciated and constantly burdened.
What? How you can be two-faced like that?
No, Diana. I'm telling what I think. I regret now. I've also realized that my behavior stemmed from the fear of losing control as my role in the family shifted. I now see that our relationship can be so much more than I want to be a mother figure to you, a confidant, and a friend.
Okay, you should have become a director. Your words is so incredible. But I don't change my mind. For what you've done to me, I can't forgive you.
Please, Diana.
Don't you think your faults are easily forgiven?
I know, but no one doesn't make mistake. I believe if you forgive me, we can go back like we used to be.
It's so ridiculous, my great mother. We used to be in a relationship between master and servant. Nothing's happy here. You must be out of your mind, Alyssa. I have to rest now. My headache is coming back. I don't want to waste my time talking with you. So never contact me or my husband again.
Please, Diana. Diana?
After that,
we cut ties with my mother-in-law and now we're on our own. I started to live in a rather small house, but having a rather blessed life. A much better life and looks quite rejuvenated. It makes me feel better. Alyssa would never know how to treat another human being with respect. And she needs to take what she deserved.
Hey, sweetie, have you checked with your parents about our plans for the family trip?
not yet.
Okay, any particular reason why? I thought we agreed last week to go on the trip.
We did, and I still want to. I've just been procrastinating on confirming.
If you're not up for it, we don't have to go. But I was looking forward to spending time with your family in Maldives.
Yeah, it would be nice. I've been wanting to see my family, and this trip sounds like a lot of fun.
So, what's the holdup with confirming?
Turns out I don't need to check with my parents. My sister is handling all the bookings.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just need to give her a quick call or text to let her know we're in. Just a short conversation, right?
You know my sister. It's never just a quick chat. She'll want to tell me every detail of her life and highlight how much better she is than me.
I'm sure it won't be that bad. Maybe you're overthinking it.
I swear, I'm not being dramatic. I simply don't want to go through the whole routine of her having to emphasize why she is so much superior to me.
Well, it's just a text. You can end the conversation if it gets too much.
It's just frustrating that she acts like she's the best thing ever. Remember the last family gathering? The way she fawned over you. It was not because of you. She just wanted to show me that she is irresistible even to my husband.
She's definitely not someone I'm interested in. Remember, just as much as she threw herself on me, I turned her down. Then I came straight to you to talk about it. And in Maldives, we'll be too busy with sightseeing and enjoying the beach to deal with any of that trauma. Last time, we were stuck in that cabin.
I get it. It really bothers me too.
I'd be worried if it did bother you. But I want you to know she doesn't interest me at all. I only have eyes for you.
That's sweet.
She doesn't have amazing things happening to her every month, right? I'm sure she won't have much to talk about.
Even if something does come up, it always turns into a conversation about her. I don't know if I have the mental energy for all of that.
I could talk to her if you want.
That might be an even worse idea.
I know. I don't want to do it. But if it makes you feel better, I'll handle it. Or we could just let your parents tell her for us.
She'll probably message me to confirm and then turn the conversation to herself.
You don't have to give in. You can say you're busy and cut her off.
I know I should just talk to her. I'm just being a bit childish. It's just that she knows how to push my buttons and make me upset. It's really annoying.
She's just your sister. In addition, we kind of need to confirm with her as soon as possible in order to obtain the best deals.
Yep, I got that.
This family vacation is going to be really nice, even if your sister is there. Your parents are awesome, and I really like talking to them because they're so supportive.
Yeah, they're great. It's sweet that you like my parents. I mean, we've been married for 2 years, so it'd be weird if you didn't like them by now.
No worries there. I think your parents handled things much better than mine.
Oh, you mean about everything?
Yeah, though they were a bit curious about why we didn't tell them until after we got married. But thankfully, they have another daughter, so they can still have biological grandchildren. That leaves us able to adopt a child.
Exactly. My parents are the best. It'll be so nice to spend time with them, especially in the Maldives. They've always wanted to go there.
Yes, exactly. But the only way we'll go to Maldives is if you talk to your sister and confirm that we're going with them.
I get it. I've been avoiding it, but I'll text her now.
That's awesome, sweetie. If you want me to interrupt your conversation purposely, just tell me.
I'm just chatting with my sister, not going on a blind date.
I know. I'm just trying to be the best husband I can be.
And I appreciate it. Okay, text you later.
I love you.
Love you too. Arya texting her sister, Chloe. Hey, Chloe.
Chloe? Are we distant relatives or something?
People don't usually refer to their real sisters as sister, right?
You know I'm smart, not dumb as you.
Sure thing.
So what's up? I'm guessing it's about the upcoming trip?
Yep, Daniel and I are able to go for the trip.
Awesome. Everyone will be thrilled. It wouldn't be a true family outing without you guys. And it would have crushed our parents if you didn't come.
I'm sure it wouldn't have been that bad, but I'm happy we're joining. Looking forward to hanging out with everyone in the Maldives.
Both of you are definitely in. You and your quirky husband?
Absolutely.
Great! Yes, it will be so much fun. I'm packing all my favorite bikinis, although maybe a one-piece would be more modest.
You've never been one to care about modesty, have you?
Well, with a body like mine, I wouldn't want to hide it. I'm in the prime of my life, you know. Plenty of people have told me they envy my physique. It'd be a waste not to show it off. But I suppose, considering where I am in life, maybe I should consider being more modest.
Okay. Anyway, I should get going.
And the food! I can't wait. Lounging by the beach with some drinks will be so nice.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Of course, I'll stick to non-alcoholic drinks.
Didn't it not go so well last time? I think you lasted, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was for a diet, but it became clear I don't really need to lose weight at this time. People complimented my face and body a lot. Must be genetics. Too bad it skipped you.
I do just fine. Daniel seems to like all parts of my body.
Anyway, yeah, perhaps opting for non-alcoholic drinks isn't really related to my diet.
Okay, well, it was nice talking to you. Bye.
You're not even going to ask why I'm choosing non-alcoholic beverages. Aren't you curious?
No, I'm not particularly interested in your reason.
You're definitely going to regret that once I tell you.
You know, I was serious about the trip, and I have a work to do right now.
You can't spend a while talking with your sister. I thought we always got along. Plus, I'm sure my child will want a close relationship with her auntie.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Whenever they show up. Until then, I really have to go.
You dumb girl. I'm trying to tell you that I'm pregnant, dummy.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm pregnant.
Wait, seriously? Are you really pregnant?
Yes, but keep it secret, okay?
Hold on. I'm confused. Did you date someone?
Sort of. It all happened quite suddenly.
Did Mom and Dad know about that?
Well, I already told Mom.
What stage of pregnancy are you in?
The doctor estimates my pregnancy at 4 months.
Well, congratulations.
I know you're the older sister, and it might have been preferable for you to get pregnant first, but I couldn't wait.
Sure. And no wonder I didn't know. It's been half a year since we last met.
Yeah, you and that husband of yours. And my body is just perfect for concealing a pregnancy. It's amazing. You wouldn't even notice.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Well, aren't you happy for me? I'm the first one among us to be pregnant. Mom and Dad will be so excited. I'll be giving them their first grandchild, and you know how special that connection is with the first one.
It doesn't mean they won't adore any future children. Daniel and I have any less.
Of course not. Anyway, this conversation has already made me exhausted. I had no idea that creating a new human being would be so exhausting. But that's the miracle of life, you know? I can't believe it. I'm so excited to give birth my adorable child.
Yes, it's exciting. And you're still planning on going to the Maldives?
Certainly. I want this baby to be welcomed by its entire family.
Okay.
The trip is still a couple of months away. I'll be about 6 months pregnant when we go to the Maldives. Maybe by then I'll be showing a little, but you know I've always stayed active and fit.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations. I'll let you go now. You should take a rest.
Right, yes. I'm sure your turn will come eventually. I just wouldn't hold my breath if I were you.
What? Why?
Well, I know you're married, but you never know.
No what?
Maybe you and Daniel won't last in the long run. Divorce rates are high, you know.
Okay. I think it's time for me to go. Arya and Daniel texting.
Hey, sweet. Do you have everything you need for the upcoming trip? I know it's a couple of weeks away, but I want to make sure we're not rushing at the last minute.
Yes, I've got everything sorted. Thanks for checking in.
So, how are you feeling about the trip and seeing your sister? I'm aware that ever since she revealed her pregnancy, she has been a little difficult for you.
That's an understatement. She's become more insufferable than ever, more than when she got that promotion. And she always emphasizes how we don't have kids yet and how I shouldn't wait too long before my eggs dry up or something. Are you sure you didn't accidentally mention to her that we can't have children?
I'm 100% sure your parents didn't tell her about that. It must have been a fluke.
It just seems like she knows about our situation. It's just weird. Because if she doesn't know about our fertility issues, what does she think is holding us back?
I'm pretty sure she just wants to flaunt it in your face a bit. That's all. Anyway, don't worry too much, babe. We both agree that we will have kids in another couple of years when we're more settled and established.
Exactly. I'm well aware of that. But somehow she manages to make me consider having kids just to prove a point. Maybe we should check out an adoption agency.
I know you're not serious about that. You're just getting angry with her.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. She just knows exactly how to push my buttons. I'm definitely not ready to raise a child.
And besides, the trip will be enjoyable for everyone. Your parents will surely be excited about their new grandchild, but they're also just thrilled about visiting Maldives. It won't only revolve around your sister and her pregnancy.
That makes me sound like a terrible person. I genuinely am happy for her, even though she won't disclose anything about the father.
Yeah, I found it a bit odd that she's so open about the pregnancy when there's no father in the picture. But, having a man isn't essential for the ideal pregnancy image.
True. I'm pretty powerless over everything right now. I just have to find enthusiasm for the upcoming trip.
Perhaps you should have a chat with your mom. It might boost your excitement for everything.
You're likely right. I just need to avoid letting Chloe influence my thoughts negatively. I want to savor this trip like everyone else. I don't want you to feel obligated to keep me content during our time in Maldives. Make sure you enjoy yourself too.
Sure, your happiness brings me joy. You love me?
I really do. Arya and her mom, Isla, texting thread. Hey Mom, what are you doing? Can we talk a little bit?
Of course, sweetheart. I'm relieved you're opening up. I've been waiting for you to initiate the conversation.
A conversation about what?
I assume that your sister told you. Or maybe Daniel.
Wait, told me what?
Oh dear, maybe it's better if I don't say anything then.
No, Mom. You're freaking me out. What are you talking about?
Well, your sister made me promise not to reveal it until she tells you during the trip.
Tell me what? Don't beat around the bush, Mom.
She mentioned that she and Daniel were involved in something like an affair.
What? That can't be true. That's just not possible.
Are you absolutely sure, dear?
Did you believe her without question?
Well, sweetheart, I don't know what to believe. She only told me the other day. She mentioned she planned to discuss it during the trip. I thought I'd wait for you to tell me about it if it turned out to be true.
There's no way she's actually involved in an affair with Daniel.
Well, honey, I understand this is difficult to accept, but refusing it won't change anything.
You can't seriously believe that. Trust me, Mom, there's no affair happening.
Are you absolutely certain?
Mom, you know Daniel. You like him. You're aware he would never intentionally hurt me.
I know. But why would your sister make such a claim? I genuinely care for Daniel. He's wonderful. And, upon further thought, it doesn't really make sense for him to cheat on you, especially with your sister. They're just not compatible.
Exactly. I knew you didn't believe it.
I'm just struggling to understand what the alternative could be. I really wanted to dismiss what your sister said, And honestly, deep down I did. But I can't figure out the motivation behind fabricating such a story. If I genuinely believed it, I would have confronted Daniel myself. I'm relieved that you have so much trust in him.
It's not just about trust. He simply doesn't have the time for an affair, Mom. He works from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, even later, then comes home to cook dinner. By then, he's too exhausted to do much else besides relaxing. On weekends, he prefers staying indoors with me. In fact, we might spend too much time together. There's literally no time in between for an affair to occur. But yes, I do trust him. He wasn't comfortable when Chloe was making advances to him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, didn't you notice? She was trying to flirt with Daniel, but he did not have any feelings with her. It made him really uncomfortable, and he had to ask her to stop. She got upset with him for it.
Oh, I guess I did notice that. But I thought she was just being awkward. I'm really sorry I'm not aware of this, sweetheart. If I had known about your sister's actions, well, I don't know.
It's okay, Mom. It's not your fault. The only person to blame here is Chloe. I just can't understand why she would lie about this. And why tell you at all? It doesn't make sense. What did she expect? That you would be happy for her?
I found it strange, too, especially right before our vacation. She said she planned to tell you during the trip, but that would have ruined everything.
Then you and Daniel would have been fighting the entire time if you believed her. I just don't know what she thought she could say to make me believe her lie. Obviously, I know she and Daniel aren't having an affair, so why would she do this?
You know, honey, I'm not the right person to talk to about this. If you want to figure out what's happening, maybe you should talk to her.
I'm not sure if I want to. We don't get along super well, you know.
Yes, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, especially after this.
Yeah, but regardless, Daniel and I are excited about this vacation. I don't want you or Dad worrying about anything. I'll handle everything. I'll have a chat with Chloe and see what her plan was. Just because she's doing things like this doesn't mean we can't enjoy our vacation.
Yes, you're absolutely right, honey. I just hope you girls can work this out. I'm sure she had a reason for it. Maybe it's some kind of joke for her.
I would worry more about her character than the truth, but I'll talk to her.
Thank you.
Arya texting Chloe. Hey, Chloe. Do you mind clarifying a few things for me?
What are you talking about?
You don't need to pretend innocence. I'm not Mom.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I'd like to understand why you seem to have an issue with me and Daniel.
What? I don't care enough about you to have any issues.
All right, then. Tell me why you seem to have a problem with Daniel.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Your accusations through text are unfounded. I haven't done anything wrong, and your supposedly perfect husband is not exempt from mistake.
What are you implying? Are you upset because you tried to pursue him to prove something about your allure, and he rejected you? That happened months ago. It's time to move on. We forgave you, so it's best if you do the same.
Really? You and Daniel really have some nerve flaunting your perfect relationship around. It's disgusting, acting like you're superior to everyone else. Wait until I prove you both wrong.
And how do you plan on doing that?
Just wait. Everything will be revealed, and you'll realize how unwavering your confidence in your husband truly is.
Okay, you know what? I didn't want to explicitly say it, but Mom disclosed all of the lies you've been telling her and Dad. How could you?
What lies? I've only been speaking the truth. It's true, Daniel is the father of this baby.
What? That's the big revelation? How ridiculous.
Stop laughing. It's true.
I've had enough of the lies. What are you attempting to achieve here?
How can you say that? I'm your sister. Why would I lie? I guess your perfect relationship matters more to you than I do.
I know you're lying because it's physically impossible for my husband to father children.
Hold on. What did you just say? He can't.
Yeah, Daniel can't biologically father children because he is infertile. Not that he would ever cheat on me.
What? Daniel is infertile? Why didn't anyone inform me about this?
Because it's not your concern. What were you planning to do? Insisting on saying that the baby belonged to him, and I should end our marriage? You don't think I would believe my husband if he said he didn't have an affair with you?
Shut up. Stop talking about your perfect relationship and how happy you two are. I can't believe no one mentioned that he can't have children. This was the only way I could think of to ruin your relationship. After everything he did to me.
He did what? Reject you? When you made advances toward him, a married man?
No man has ever turned down my advances.
Yeah, the evidence is pretty clear, considering what's in your mind.
I had it all figured out.
We're all done with the lies. Me, Daniel, Mom, and Dad. Do you even know who your child's father is?
It was supposed to be Daniel.
Yeah, right?
You can all go to hell. If you're just gonna laugh at me, I'm not going on the trip anymore.
Oh no, don't take things too seriously. I doubt that Mom and Dad want you on this trip after everything you tried to do. And I know for a fact that the only hesitation Daniel had about this trip was you. Now we can enjoy a nice family vacation without all of this drama. Goodbye, Chloe. Good luck with the baby. After that, our time in the Maldives was enjoyable. I took charge of the trip planning and made a few adjustments to our destination and resort. Despite our parents explicitly not inviting her, they were disappointed by her actions to ruin her sister's marriage. When Chloe texted our parents about being in the Maldives, they joyfully informed her that we were in a different destination. Chloe was infuriated and tried to find out our location to disrupt our vacation, but no one revealed any information. Instead, we cherished all the fascinating moments together and explored some incredible sights. Chloe was too selfish to keep the baby. She intended to give the kid to an orphanage after she gave birth. This challenging experience prompted Daniel and me to seriously consider adoption ourselves. We will contact the orphanage to inquire about adopting her baby.